So, how do you pronounce the main character's name? Ajna. It's A-Z-H-N-A. Yes, not Aj. Ajna. Also, you know what's funny? No one wants to be here to hear me talk about this because they're all busy playing things. That's fine. I would like to clear up one thing because I've gotten the same question a whole bunch of times, which is people being like, are you going to show gameplay in the trailer or on the Indiegogo page or whatever? Like, I hope you do that. The goal is, I mean, not the goal, but like the thing that we're doing is there will be a playable demo for the Indiegogo. Like, it's not after or whatever. You don't have to put gameplay in the video because you'll be able to go play it. No, nothing about Indivisible. It's a, well, you can watch the trailer. It's our next game. We're making an action RPG with platforming inspired by Super Metroid and combat inspired by Valkyrie Profile, which doesn't do it a whole lot of justice because those are very broad things or very specific things depending on who you are. But there will be more info in the coming weeks. There is not yet a hard projected date for the Indiegogo, but we were telling people September, so I guess I can say September. Someone in the stream chat asked that. Yeah, if you... yeah, so anyway, I'll say that again, which is there will be a demo for the Indiegogo, so you can play it and figure out whether it's a thing that you might want to back if it turns into something or whatever. You won't have to watch off-screen footage of someone walking and slashing and then being told that they need to look different. You'll be able to play the thing for yourself. If anyone has other questions, you can ask me. I probably won't be able to answer a lot of them yet, but please go ahead. Also, I guess in case you missed it, Verdant Brave asked how you pronounce the main character's name. It's Ajna, not Ajna. Wow, I can't believe that super hit. I'm sorry, I'm watching a different screen. Oh, I'm going to ban you if you ask about Annie, so don't be a dick. Yeah, there you go. 1. It's a different project. Don't bring that crap into another universe. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the reason we're doing a demo is because for the same thing with Skullgirls, like we want people to be able to back something on proof rather than on faith. Because on faith, you have to believe that the person can do whatever they said they were going to do. On proof, you can try it, and if it appeals to you or you think that it'll be able to be turned into something that appeals to you, then you can play it, and if it doesn't, then you know already. DDB has already been Indivisible gonna... Bleh, I can't even pronounce it. Is Indivisible going to use the Z engine? Yes, it totally is. How much time did it take to turn it into an RPG-based engine? I don't know. Less than a couple of months. It is much simpler to make a platformer than it is to make a fighting game. Like probably 1,000 or 2,000 times simpler. Yes. Dan asked, what is the Z engine? The Z engine is what we ended up calling the thing that runs Skullgirls because we wrote it from scratch. So we had to call it something. Do we have a timeline for release beyond the demo? Yes, but you won't know any of that until the Indiegogo goes up. Because, yeah. Is anyone else funding this? Or is it just pure Indiegogo money? We have a publisher that is willing to help, but not in the same way that Bloodstained had 90% of their money or Ukulele people already had 100% of their money. We'll have to explain it when we get the Indiegogo up. Like, I can't say anything until they give us permission to say things. So you kind of have to wait for that info. But the more we raise, the better the deal is for us as a company, which is another thing that is generally not true. It's not the publisher would fund the whole thing, but they want to see get free advertising and all that stuff. It's that they wouldn't fund the whole thing, so we actually need the crowdfunding help. All the artists who work on Skullgirls will work on Indivisible. Yes, they will. It is the same team. I mean, some of the cleanup people or the animators may not stick around. That's up to them. But the core team is the same group. Yes. What happened to the game sound? I turned it down slightly so that I could talk first. See, there it is. Are we allowed to say who the publisher is? Not yet. Can we make it 100% clear on the Indiegogo? Yes. I mean, the publisher is going to give us permission to say who they are fairly soon. They just didn't give it to us by Anime Expo, so we couldn't tell you yet. But on the Indiegogo, everything will be made clear. The full budget, what the publisher is doing for us, what the deal is for us, all of that stuff, because we believe in transparency. You won't have to go to a separate article to find out that we're getting publisher funding and all the rest of that. It is not Konami. I can confirm that right now. How did you feel when that crowd came in at the Anime Expo panel? Terrified beyond belief. That was a lot of people. And then also I felt really bad. So I would like to say this to everybody that came to the panel. We waited a long time. Wow, that was pretty sick. We waited a long time to start because they apparently had the line in the wrong place. So like people were still coming in from the line 45 minutes after we were supposed to start. So we waited to start until they said everybody was there that was going to be there. And then because we got started so late, the first thing that we said was we're going to turn this into Q&A so that we can answer the questions for people that we were going to answer. But we neglected to mention that we were still going to make the announcement. So as soon as we said that, a bunch of people left. And I would like to apologize to those people for not having been clearer about that because you totally missed the announcement in person. That's all right. We got to start the tournament in a second anyway. Am I going to be lead programmer on Indivisible as well? Yes, I am programmer and designer. I don't know what we can say about the team structure yet, but I'm sure that we'll say it at some point. But for all the people that were going to ask, am I still involved or is X person from Lab Zero still involved? Yes, it is the whole team. This is the thing that we want to do next. We don't know anything about the voice acting yet. I mean, that's far off. So I couldn't tell you even if I was allowed to tell you. Oh, Yo, you guys can not do that. The basketball playing people just hit the Skullgirls playing people with the basketball. Remember, putting a basketball court in your game center is a wonderful idea. Is Indivisible going to have 3D elements or will it be mostly 2D? It'll be the Skullgirls kind of tech, which is 2D characters with 3D backgrounds. Am I going to be a designer in terms of gameplay balance and powers and stuff? Yes, I totally am. Also, yeah, happy 4th of July. Is Robo Fortune available for download now? Hey, a Skullgirls thing I can talk about. So, everything comes out on the 7th. The PS4 version for the US comes out on the 7th. The PS3 patch comes out on the 7th. The 360 patch probably doesn't come out on the 7th because it's slower always, but it will be very soon after that. The European patch comes out on the 7th. The Japanese patch is currently in submission, so we don't actually know if it will come out on the 7th. But if it doesn't come out on the 7th, it'll be very soon after that. The PC version comes out on the 7th when everything else comes out. Yeah. All right. I guess that's pretty much it. There isn't a whole lot extra that I can tell you about Indivisible, except, is it multiplayer? That is a good question that I can't answer for you right now. But I'm very much looking forward to being able to show people more of that. The other question that I get asked all the time is, will we do collaborative development stuff again where we stream game development? I don't know whether the publisher would like us to do that before the Indiegogo. I think it would be a good idea. So I am going to see whether that is possible. And if it is possible, we will definitely be doing it because we want people to see as much about the game as we can. After it is funded, because I'm going to talk about that like it's a certainty because I have to think like that's a certainty. Otherwise, why bother? after it is funded, I don't know how much of that we will be able to do without spoiling the plot. So if we can figure out a way to do that without ruining the plot, we will totally do that also there. Also, I don't drink caffeine like very much at all anymore. I phased soda out, and I never really liked coffee. If you go without caffeine for like 2 weeks, you don't need it anymore, basically. Or when you have a tiny little bit like the stuff in tea, it'll do a lot for you. Remind me on Twitter about what? What platforms will Indivisible be for? I can't tell you that yet. I mean, the thing that sucks about this is, like, for Skullgirls, we've been able to be open about everything. It's like, hey, yo, you want to know something about this game? Sure, ask, and we can totally tell you right now. But since we're going to be doing the crowdfunding for this in a little bit, and we need to work out with the publisher what we can talk about, the safest way is not to talk about most of the stuff yet, so I can't answer that question yet. Will UGC have Yatagarasu tourneys? That's a good question, and you should ask Davida, because he's heavily into it, and he loves everything about it. I heard he proposed the other day. Oh, about the streaming of the development. You don't have to remind me. I mean, we'll be finding out. I just don't know yet. You can ask again, and I can tell you if we didn't find out, but that's pretty much it. Are there patch notes for Second Encore yet? There are not patch notes for Second Encore yet. It's one of the things I need to go through this weekend. They are written up but not properly formatted. Yeah. All right. How much longer will I be answering questions? I mean, in the standard comedian response, I'm going to be here all night, but we're totally going to start the tournament in a second. So you can ask me while the tournament is going on. In fact, let me go look at the bracket. I'll be right back, kid.